And then we came to another tribute. You know, these AEW wrestlers, they love to do tributes to back in the old days, those who came before them. We just saw the Dynamite Kid. Now, here came Johnny Saint. Except playing the part of Johnny Saint was, well, I don't know, would it have been Toni Storm or would it have been Saraya? I guess Toni Storm was Saint and Saraya was Mark Rocco or perhaps Marty Jones. And all of them are rolling over in their grave and Marty Jones isn't even dead yet. This was there. I mean, it was bad because it was the girls' match and Saraya's rotten. But it also made Twitter the next day because they tried to do the homage to the World of Sports style with an old bit of Johnny Saint business that, as a matter of fact, people then tweeted Johnny Saint doing similar shit. But it looked like two baby deer on a frozen pond. And at one point, Toni Storm just jumped up near trying to leapfrog Paige, I think, from behind and just sat right down on her fucking back with her big ass and they just fell and rolled around and things. What? I was trying to start writing down what they were doing, but you couldn't really verbally say it. And then they did an awkward ass finish that I couldn't really write down, but it ended up with Toni Storm winning with a kiss and a pile driver. I don't know that those two things have ever been combinated like that before in wrestling, but what the fuck? They thought they were Billy Robinson and Tony Charles. Help me explain the humorousness of this.
I think reanimated Tony Charles and Billy Robinson would have been a lot smoother than this. This was bad. This was sloppy. It looked amateur. And Toni Storm's better than this. Saraya, we have not seen since she came back from her injury a display of athleticism or anything, like she, I guess, maybe had when she was younger and everyone said she had so much potential. She's not been good in the ring. And, early on, we heard that there were people who didn't want to work with her because they were afraid she would get hurt. And, you can't blame just one party. It was both of them. But it was that one thing you always say. At times, it was like they were wrestling underwater.
Yes.
They were just going at a pace you don't see things go at unless people are trying to do it in unison together. Really, really not good. And the crowd, while into the personality of a Toni Storm, they were dead silent during a lot of this.
Well, and then also, even on Twitter, the fans were saying it looked like they were working it out, or it looked like they were doing it in wrestling school or whatever. It wasn't. If you can't do something, and you're on national TV and in front of, for what is them, a big crowd, just don't fucking do it. A degree of difficulty of 5, execution of 10, not the other way around. And but anyway, like I said, Toni Storm won, and then Maria May came in and knocked Toni Storm out with a shoe. So that there are people in this company set on fire with flamethrowers and fucking hit by forklifts, and they're not down as long as this fucking high heel shoe. But she knocked her out with a shoe. She kissed her, and then she laid down in the ring and made snow angels. And I'm not making that up. Am I? Did you see it?
Well, I mean, they weren't perfect snow angels. They were,
they were kind of sideways, side stroke snow angels, but how else would you have described it to where the people that might not have seen it would have gotten the picture?
I guess the problem is I resent having to describe it. No, this was so bad. This was so bad. She came out there with Harley Cameron. I was like, this is interesting. Let's see what this could be. And it was not good. And I feel bad saying, I actually feel bad saying that because whatever you want to say, Saraya is someone whose whole family's in the business, and it appears there are things she just can't do anymore.
Boy, I'll tell you.